Alrighty, we are live.
Playing music.
Welcome everyone.
I have
Oh,
no clue.
that's the Twitch
Hopefully my
starting
mic
screen
not picking
page.
up in game because that would be
Um,
a little disappointing.
It sounds good. Your mic sounds good on my side.
No one
Okay, that's
here.
good.
yeah, it's too
Welcome
late, bro.
everyone. CSU Esports versus Radford University. This
He said,
will
"Aw,
most likely
Soup
be a
Maniac."
bloodbath
Oh, freak,
in
no, they know
Radford's
you, bro.
favor, but you never know what's gonna happen. It's week 3 of Big South Conference play.
That's one on their team.
Radford, I believe, currently stands undefeated in the standings. CSU holds a 0-1 record. Does that make sense? Yeah,
I'll be
0-1
back in
record.
just a
That's
sec.
right.
Oh shit.
With me on the call
Bro,
from
bro,
Presbyterian's Blue Hose Esports, our lovely
Huh?
Super Maniac. It's been a good
Thank you.
friend for us.
Nah,
Sharing in the
it's-
suffering.
Indeed, we're
nah, it
we're
was-
brothers in battle. That's for
it was
sure.
good. It was good
we've
while it
been through
lasted.
some tough weeks,
It was fun
especially
while it
that week 1. But thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be back on the stream. You know, a little bit more official this time, not just popping in.
Yeah, which is very fantastic. So, Presbyterian's already played Radford. What
Yes,
should
yes,
we
yeah.
expect to see from Radford's side tonight?
Okay, so I can actually a big thing that stuck
Drake
out to
Wave
me
Chris
on week
or
1
never
against our
mind,
match
never
for
mind.
Radford
Other
was
team,
their
other
team
team.
comp and their play style. So what we saw on Radford's side, and they had, if I remember correctly, Pepper, which is their main tank. They were on Ramatra. You had Lucio, Ana, Reaper, and if I remember correctly, Sombra. Now, what this comp is showing us is they really like a dive deep aggro attack, and it showed against their gameplay against us. As we were trying to push in a point,
Oh, we're
usually
about to
in
get
most
big
lower
brothers on
elo newer players, what they do is they just stand on the point and try to basically do a sentry-like defense.
changes y'all
What
need?
they did was very
Right.
revolutionary war, guerrilla warfare, coming out of nowhere, swarming a team. While most pro players would be able to react and kind of bounce back off that
Probably gonna be
warfare
up
and
against the
surprise
fire,
attack,
which means you're probably
we
gonna
were
be up against
unable
the fire
to, and it
mercy,
really
so
caught us off guard.
Keep that in
And I
mind.
mean, it was just barrage after
Wait,
barrage.
Dark,
You
what'd
try
you
to
say?
push on point.
Let's say we're-
They would take out the hit. It
one
was a
of their
very systematic
DPS's,
assassination attempt on
most
our
played
lives, and it
heroes
worked.
are us, so expect that.
Okay.
They would
Dork said
they
one
they
of
knocked
their
out the
DPS's
healers,
most
so
played
bam, there goes our
heroes
healing.
are-
And if you've ever played Overwatch, you know anything about it. Your healers
In that
are
case, should
crucial
I
to this
try
game.
Discord
They're the reason you
or
can
go
stay in
on
a
and try
team
to
fight for
snipe?
5, maybe even 10 minutes. And it's really
I think
why
it'd be
that
more
tank,
valuable to try and Discord
having that
right
tank
now.
and healer
Oh,
combo,
sorry,
that
they can't
tank
hear you. Are
They
you
got
guys
like
all
a-
in the?
But they
Yo,
take
you
out
in
our
the Discord
healers.
call?
So bam, we have
no,
no
I left
healing.
the
We're
Discord
relying
call.
on
Yeah, I
ourselves.
left
too,
Discord
so-
call.
Take out our DPSs. We
Yeah,
can
yeah,
no longer
so,
do sustainable damage.
What they were saying
and of
is
course,
y'all-
once
y'all
that
might
falls,
wanna
the tank is
audible
next.
to the,
And it was that
to
constant
Zenyatta.
rinse and repeat. Attack,
And then-
take
Yeah,
out
I'll-
the take out
and
DPS,
just focus
tank.
Pepper.
And we
Okay,
just us
in that
having
case,
no
yeah, I'll
response
go,
to it that really helped Radford win. And I'll give it to them. It's a credit to their experience, their understanding of game strategy, and overall their synergy and just collective team effort. You know, they really have that chemistry between each other to just understand their play styles and what the best strategy is. So that's what I would look out for Radford. What I would recommend for Charleston Southern is really be looking out. You watch your corners. They're going to be coming out of nowhere. Make sure you take out the healers because they will heal out Ramatra. Ramatra is already tanky enough. You don't need them to be healing as well. And just be really careful. Stay as a team. Good positioning, protecting your healers. I mean, there's really a lot I could say about this. But see what I was talking about. We see on, let's see, is this RS? Okay. If I
CSU
can-
is in blue, Radford is in red.
Okay. Looks like I'm commenting, spectating CSU. All right. So I'm looking at this top comp here. Romacha, good pick. Lucio Baptiste, decent healer combo. We would like more aggressive heals, but this might be able to work if they play it right. Hanzo, always great to have some kind of sniper to one-shot those healers. It's honestly, at this point, it's really meta. And here we see from Radford University, that Ramatra combo, like I was saying, this time holding a Symmetra on point. The Lucio, the May wall to block out and solo isolates their tank of CSU. Great play by Radford's May. And Thunder, what are you looking for your team to try and counter Radford and their strategy?
It's just going to be solid team play for CSU. One of the things is we're like you at Presbyterian is very new. This is the first ever semester for Overwatch competing, so it's a lot of these guys, different skill levels, but it's more of just being able to play together, having that unity staying alive, staying together, and they're doing pretty well thus far. Of course, Radford's holding point, but they're still able to keep steady attack. While Darkrai throws into the mantra, almost starting to get the heals back.
Yes.
It's going to be, unfortunate fall by Darkrai.
Killer Lucio Bop. And everything else just falls. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. Overwatch is a game of steamrolling after picks. You get one pick, you get two, you just steamroll, and it becomes a snowball effect where you can just take out the rest of the team. It was a really good play started by the other Lucio. And what I can see here is they were able to gain point a little faster, utilizing and kind of abusing the Lucio speed boost. But I also saw really good heals coming from the Lucio and Baptiste, keeping that Ramattra alive. Heck, even saving the Ramattra by doing a good good bop off of the other one. So I see some good team synergy, and I see some good strategy coming from CSU. And so I don't think it'll be that hard of a game. Maybe it won't be that hard of a domination, but I think CSU definitely has a chance here if they just play smart. Good ult by Lucio, countering the wall and countering. Now, Lucio really dangerously playing here with just the two supports on the point. Ramattra entering, needing healing. Lucio still outside of that healing range. He needs to get closer to the Ramattra. Baptiste solo healing, and there drops Ramattra and Baptiste and Lucio. So right there, we saw Lucio get stuck on the wall. I would just have to say that is player error. And really, all that needs to happen is just Lucio does some healing, get next to his tank. The switch to Roadhog is interesting. Any comment?
For Darkrai, his main tank is surprisingly Wrecking Ball, so he prefers more of a dive type of playstyle. I think it's just to try to counter that Ramattra as best as possible. But
Definitely.
with how little percentage was left. How little percentage was left, it was hard just to get in to try to take that game one.
And May holding her ult just to secure the point was very smart on her. Like I said, Overwatch is a very team-based game. You cannot play solo. And if there's one thing I can learn from playing both Valorant and Overwatch, you need a team in Overwatch. You need comms. You need good team strategy. And really, it's just that simple. You can't. A DPS cannot carry. A tank cannot carry. You need the whole team working in nice synergy and unison, and just in harmony, really. But I like the switches here. What we see is, again, yes, trying to counter that Ramattra with the Roadhog. Symmetra for good turrets while on point. Soldier, again, is just good hit scan against those fast characters, maybe flying. I saw she switched off Pharah, okay. And then Zenyatta, not also a bad pick. With his Discord Orb, they'll be able to multiply damage on the tank and help with further picks. But from Zenyatta with not the best positioning, and he gets punished for it being away.
Down. Oh, CSU with a pretty solid attack here thus far. And Ramattra is able to get a bunch of kills in. Strong Ramattra play. That's
Ramattra,
like, the bane of existence for CSU, especially in scrims.
Okay, yeah, Ramattra is with a very good team is very dangerous. I remember on release, I mean, he truly was one of the most broken tanks I've ever seen in my life. Originally, his ult would last as long as you're next to someone, guaranteeing an entire team wipe if you had the right heals with you. Again, this Mei wall is perfectly placed right here, isolating that tank. No, thank God, with good healing. And there's the Ramattra ult. There's just so much going on. CSU not able to recover or fall back fast enough. Symmetra being isolated on the point. Lucio on the hunt. And now the entire team trying to go for Blue Raptor here. And she's eventually caught. CSU needs to get in front of this Radford wall. It is, I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's the Radford wall. Their team just knows how to hold, how to stay together, and just get those picks. And even looking at their heals, the Moira Lucio combo, great damage, great heals. But it's the same for the other team. Zenyatta, and I believe it was Lucio.
Ult by
good
Darkrai.
Good ult by Zenyatta, hopefully holding off the Mei. She needs to be next to her team, but there's the Reaper ult, and it's just a flurry of ults. The Mei ult combined with the Reaper ult is always nasty. Yeah. And I believe there was a Lucio ult also in there to protect their team. I have to give it to Radford. You know, you hate to see You hate to see it happen, but you have to give them credit. They know what they're doing.
Oh, they very much do.
Yeah. And then the Maywall isolating the Roadhog and the Junkrat. And then another ult from Pepper's Ramattra. I will say, when we played this team, and I don't know if this is against the rules, but I'll say it anyway. When we played this team on week 1, our MVP was Pepper and her Ramattra tank. It was honestly crucial to them having such a great defense.
No, and with Pepper getting player of the game, it's very well deserved for such amazing Ramattra play. So, very rough game for CSU round 1. It's going to be a learning curve with these quality teams in the Big South Conference. I want to talk a little bit more. For those who may be watching in the distant future, we are one day before Season 9 drops. How do you think that's going to change the competitive scene as a whole? Just because it's so much is happening with Season 9.
It is honestly one of the biggest changes I've seen since in Overwatch history, to be honest. Like, back when GOAT meta, because I played during GOAT meta, I was there with Overwatch 1. I saw those changes. I saw how, as they kept trying to fix the game and adjust it, it kept bringing it lower and lower and lower, and the quality of gameplay lost. And so when I see this update, what I see is them trying to increase team fights, them trying to make projectiles easier and more deadly. And what my question for this is, what prompted the update, right? I understand longer team fights, very important to the game, making sure you're not getting absolutely demolished, just insta-killed while you're trying to press the point, giving tanks a little bit more power. In fact, giving DPSs that a little bit more tankiness to survive those fights and better positioning. Mm-hmm. And so what I really think it is just about giving people a better chance in a fight. Having more health, having more having more confidence and the ability to kind of go in, get that damage in. And then when it comes to projectiles, it's interesting how they're doing it in the resizing of it. And it's more about making them easier to hit, which, again, I don't really understand where that was a problem. I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but skill issue. If you miss, you miss. like that's how I saw it. So I didn't feel a need. I didn't feel like there was a need. And so I really want to reread those patch notes because I did a brief overview of it when you mentioned it last time. And so I really do want to reread, see the developer comments about why they felt it was a necessary change or why they felt it would really help the Overwatch League. And there could be a bunch of things. It could be game out. It could be player outcry. It could be felt like the devs just didn't like the state of the game. There's a million reasons for it, but overall, I just think it's an unnecessary change. Like, I'm neutral about it because we've yet to see it in action. We can only speculate and just predict how this will change the game, but I think it's going to make projectiles easier to hit, and it's going to make fights last a little longer. That's really all I can tell from that update, and that's all I really think is going to happen. But
it's just interesting, all things considered. Bullet sizes being bigger, more health added to every single hero. It's just gonna be so interesting, and like full rank resets. When was the last time that's happened?
It's been a while. The fact, I know for me, when it comes to ranked gameplay, especially in games where I originally played ranked when I was bad and then getting better, it's MMR, right? The match made rating. And I know in a game like Valorant, I wish I could get that complete reset, or in the game when I used to play League, because I would have a 70% win rate in silver, and yet I could not get to gold because I would win 15 LP, but lose 20. And so what I think this rank resets is it just gives people a better chance of climbing. But at the end of the day, rank isn't really everything, It's not about how you play solo. It's not how you play individually. It's about how you play with the team.
Very much so. CSU was on the attack first against Radford, and doing a good job already. Pepper's Ramattra has been taken down. Now CSU has a good opportunity now. Darkstar's health is staying very good. Just gotta pick out a few more guys. Teams are just falling and just overwhelming power from the DPS and supports. CSU just gotta try again.
Again, it's that pick. You know, CSU got that first pick, which was great for them, but it was the inability to roll off that and get another one. And if you'll actually excuse me, I need to leave real quick. I'll be right back. I have something to attend to.
That is perfectly fine.
I'll be here for game. I'll hopefully be here for the second round of game 2. And I'll definitely be here.
Of course. Continue on, CSU trying to break this first line in their opening match against High Point. CSU was on the defense first round, gave up 3 points, was able to secure the objective, but unable to push it past a stout High Point defense, especially using fantastic high ground advantage. Now it's just a wall, a full-blown wall to deal with Radford University. They had a chance to get through it, weren't able to. Getting close to 4 ults for CSU. They've gotten a few kills in. It's all just trying to break through as best as they can. Ramatra getting in, Blue Raptor. And nice teleport into that. Oh, Raptor's gonna sneakily try to capture a point here. I think we will get thwarted, however. We will. CSU's back to the drawing board. Both DPS dead. Ramatra almost dead. He'll probably get chased down. Very low. We'll get some healing back to try to get another push. Only a minute 12, minute 11 ticking down for CSU. Let's go back to Darkrai and Ramatra. Just they need a solid push. 2 ults ready for CSU. Just trying desperately to get past the stalwart defense from Radford. Oh, Ramatra Pepper close to death, but Darkrai taken out. Lucio down. Currently 3 dead for CSU, 4 Troublemaker trying to survive before avoiding team wipe while everyone just returns. It's grim right now for CSU. They have 30 seconds, 1 final push, 2 ultimates to try to secure this point as best as they can. Not much healing on Darkrai right now.
And I am back.
Welcome back. An ult by May, absolutely taking off. Both Troublemaker available. Darkrai falls. It's almost all she wrote. Blue Raptor trying to get past. 5, 4, and with no one in sight, 2 dead. It's a stout wall. Perfection round by Radford on defense.
I don't know what else to call them. It really is the Radford wall. They know how to not let anyone through. Like I genuinely find it very impressive. Just the synergy they have as a team on defense.
It is a great, honestly great sight, and whichever team between CSU and Presbyterian makes it, it's gonna be an incredible time watching these schools go against each other. Especially in that second, third place match and the championship at the Big South Championships.
Exactly. It excites me thinking about that week 4 against Charleston Southern, because finally we're not getting steamrolled. You know, I've seen your tank. I've seen his plays. They're really trying. They're counter picking. The heals, if they were just a little bit more, I would say solid. Just a little bit more consistent. You know, like we saw in that last match with Lucio, not exactly being near his team.
Yeah.
Right. But it's a game of potential.
I think CSU recognized that, going with the Life Weaver and Mercy, just trying to keep things alive. Troublemaker staying on the 76. And Raptor going with Hanzo, trying to get some good headshots in for this round.
Headshot picks are crucial. I would argue that the Sigma does need. Okay, Sigma now moving up. I believe they're giving them a little too much space for Radford to come. Now it's just a straight steamroll. Mercy out of position, almost getting killed by the Ramatra on Radford's team. Now Mercy just trying to get away, getting a safe spot, but I apologize. May in the back line being able to take out the Mercy, and there it is. Game
but that's
two.
such a fast game. Oh, wish we could have seen more out of game 2, but with CSU throwing on offense on the attack for the first round, we knew it was going to be quick, let's be honest.
And one thing me and my team have been talking about, and one thing we realized after that first game of Radford is pacing. You know, usually newer players, they like to play the game slow, mainly because, you know, they're still learning the game. They're being more cautious, you know, trying to learn positioning, making sure they don't die and end up having their team get picked off. But with these upper level teams, their pacing is quick, it's fast. They understand the importance of basically bum rushing, trying to secure that point quick, and trying to catch your team or your opponent off guard. And so it's really it's the same problem we struggle here at Presbyterian College, is just getting used to that fast pacing. Because, you know, when you're not used to it, it's coming fast at you. You see the tank bum rushing your healers, but you got to make sure you're also taking out their healers. But now you got a tank behind you. You got 2 DPSs and 2 healers in front of you, and you don't know what's happening in the back. And so it really is like all of it happening at once. It happens very fast. And so really all that comes with experience. You know, after you've played the game for so long, hopefully it starts slowing down and you start seeing things a little faster. But that is definitely something here at PC, and I guess at Charleston Southern too. It's just a thing to work on, is really getting used to that fast-paced pacing, because it's only going to get faster as you get better and higher up.
Yeah, and as much as I would hate to throw some of the issues on the technology side, compared to all the other schools, CSU does not have a dedicated esports center. A lot of these guys are using their own PCs, and some of the guys using their own consoles to play these matches.
Yeah,
it's absolutely insane. We have a Switch player. Think about that, Sue. We have a Nintendo Switch player.
No.
Yes, bro. Yeah. It is rough.
That's my heart is out for the Switch player, because I know all he's seeing is pixels on his screen.
And we still took a point against High Point with the console players.
All power to y'all. That is amazing. But I have to give it to you the dedication that your players have to, even though they are at this disadvantage, even though you got guys playing on a Switch, they just want to play, they want to have fun with their friends, they want to compete, and more importantly, compete for their school. So all respect to Charleston Southern, all appreciation to your guys, because they're here because they love the game. So trust me, all my love is to y'all.
Yeah. And same goes from us to Presbyterian. Like, we're always rooting you guys on.
Exactly.
Next week, it's going to be a rivalry week, but it's much more that one of the name ideas I sent to you, brotherly love. Like,
exactly.
It's all lighthearted. Like, we're great pals over here. It's just we're the only ones with this with stakes on the line for us.
Exactly. like High Point, they know they're going to Radford. Radford, of course, they're going to Radford. UNC Asheville, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of hoping we can take them out in Valorant. We're really confident. Have we played them in Valorant? We have. Oh, yeah, dang! I thought
that was your match that you got swamped game 1 and then brought it in. Didn't you take it to overtime?
OT, we lost 13-15. It was an interesting game. Our one of our main guys, well, not our the main guy. He said that first game he had some pretty bad nerves. It's understandable. I mean, yeah, it's still a game, but at the same time, when there's something on the line, it's understandable. And then that second game, he turned it on. You know, we kind of locked in, and it was a bit of a heartbreaker after we lost in OT. But it gave us it gave us that first experience. And so now we're ready for High Point this week. But yeah, week 4, I'm looking forward to it. If honestly, I wish we both could go to finals. But I think we can. If we can just knock out either UNC Asheville or High Point, we're going to the finals together, you know? We just need to knock out one of them. I don't know how. Yeah. And I don't know who's going to do it, but we can do it.
CSU's main hope for Valorant is taking down you guys at Presbyterian. Because after a very rocky, and I mean so rocky, first match against High Point, 13-0, 13-1. It was demoralizing in some ways, but these guys over here at CSU they just love the game and they're pushing, and they're so happy to have a team. And it makes me, as president of the esports club, a coach and player in different titles, basically the director of esports. By the way, I get paid nothing for any of this. This is all pro bono work for me.
No, it really is.
I want to send these guys. I really do. I really want to send these guys to Radford. And we're currently sending our Rocket League and League of Legends teams, which I'm so excited for.
That is amazing.
I'll auto-qualify too because Winthrop dropped, and as you know, Presbyterian does not currently field the Rocket League and League of Legends teams.
We were close. We were just one man off, and then I ain't gonna lie to you, League of Legends, it's like one of the most popular, but it's a hard game to recruit for.
Oh, I know that feeling too. Even for us, one of the craziest things is when you don't have a dedicated esports base, it's so hard to get players in play. Because I know probably 3 or 4 guys who have played Valorant in the past, were pretty good at it, but their current system just can't sustain it and they can't play it.
Yeah.
So it's like we're missing out on talent that we could most definitely use just because we don't have the facilities that actually give these guys PCs to play on and run on.
Yeah. It's definitely, we're having similar, of course not to that extreme, but similar issues. You know, we have the machine, but still still not established, like, we're not Winthrop. Like, we're not Winthrop. If Winthrop wanted to recruit, all they had to do is DM them on Discord, you know, and they got him, right? Yeah. We're not Winthrop, and so even with the machine, it's still hard to recruit.
CSU might be cooking something here while second flashpoint gets unlocked. And there's the rest of Mercy.
And there's the 2 picks.
And CSU drops like flies. Basically a team wipe. Divine Knight, who is our Switch player, playing Zen.
It's playing, again, all props to, because I know he's playing at like 30 frames, 720p. Throwing out some orbs. All respect to the man.
One of the crazy things is like switching from console to PC is such a dramatic shift.
It is.
I follow a lot of like pro guys who have been doing a variety of games through the licensing. And one of the things I know, especially for those guys who coach things, a lot of them have just stopped coaching console players because it's just a dramatic enough increase to just switch from console to PC. It's almost, from what I've been seeing and hearing, it's about like worth a full 3 ranks up, or 3 divisions up. So it's huge to be able to play with the proper equipment. CSU has 4 ultimates ready, with a 5th on the way with Divine Knights and Yada.
Okay, so this is a good ult by the Baptiste. Soldier a little premature with his ult, not really having targets in sight, so kind of a mislead. The Baptiste using it rather to like kind of secure getting through that first entry point. Pepper overextending here, but losing Baptiste, and then Bastion so unable to profit off of. But they might be able to get the Tracer. I'm looking for a recall here.
3 ultimates spent. 3 ultimates spent from CSU with nothing to show for it. As Radford easily takes the second flashpoint. There needs to be a great team play with Zenyatta and I forget the character name for the tank.
Mercy with the Riz. So we Sigma. It was Sigma.
Sigma. Still learning all the characters' names.
Yeah, it's a lot going on, but the switch to Diva, trying to push onto point a little faster. Soldier, what I'm seeing here is a lot of mispositioning. Like here you see the Soldier by himself. If they wanted, they could exit the point. I see Soldier trying to like kind of pick off any stragglers, but I'd rather get with the team so they have their full capabilities and power behind them. Or else, again, and then here we see Hanzo trying to get more of a line of sight, again being by himself. Good Discord Ord on Pepper's tank. Yo, they're able to lower it. She has to retreat. But Tracer, Macrame Tracer, able to get 2 picks on CSU. And then another pick on the Soldier.
I remember from our first match against High Point, one of their DPSs went Tracer for flash points, and it was stunning. I think it was 25 kills, maybe 1 death in total. Absolute MVP performance. It's just a good Tracer. It's hard to defeat a good Tracer, especially if you don't have the team comp necessary to just deal with it.
One thing about Tracer in this map as well is, unlike most maps, it's not very linear.
It really is. It's very Pepper's down.
2 picks from CSU, 1 revive. Oh, no.
That Captain Germ Beta Boy so close to getting on point to send it to overtime, just not enough.
Oh, I really saw the 2-3 picks. I figured this was CSU's moments. I'm looking for a dub, CSU. I know you guys have it in you.
That concludes this match, week 3 in Big South Conference play. As we look forward to week 4, the bout down south, CSU versus Presbyterian. We'll need to get those games scheduled, by the way.
Definitely.
But that's gonna be. One thing that I would really like to do is, if possible, figure out how to I guess stream it at the same time. Dual streaming. I think you know what I'm trying to refer to.
We both stream both perspectives at the same time, or you like stream it to multiple platforms?
It's you can join streams with other creators on Twitch. I know that. So essentially, they get like both teams' perspectives at the same time. We'd have to test it and see how well it works. But
yeah, I think that's more of like I know what you can do is, if we were to go into say matchmaking and like just create a custom game, you could make it a Spectre where it's not like where you're only trapped to one team, and rather you could hover between both teams. I know that's one thing, but
yes, that is that's what we had set up on our week 1 match against High Point. Don't know why it wasn't turned on for this match, but that's something that's going to get fixed going forward.
Definitely. We are hoping to get right now, of course, you know, it's mainly just been my perspective for these games that I'm streaming. We've been testing, we're trying to figure out how we can actually, well, we know how to, we just need to get the hardware and the actual commentator together within a reasonable enough time before the stream to get it set up. But we're looking to stream it from a spectator perspective instead of as a team player's perspective. And so that way I can focus on the game and they can focus on giving a good commentary, and it'll be more entertaining for the viewers being able to see everything.
Yeah. Presbyterian this week, I believe, goes against UNC Asheville. Am I correct on that?
High Point.
You're going against High Point. Have you already played UNC Asheville?
We have both in Valorant and in Over. Have we played? This schedule always confused me, especially with Winthrop dropping out.
Yeah, let me pull up the schedule while we're looking at it. Overwatch.
It's we're facing
PC.
We're in week 3, correct?
We are in week 3. Your week 2 match was against UNC Asheville, apparently.
Yes, and then we have a bye. Overwatch has a bye this week, and then in Valorant, we're playing against High Point.
Well, I wish you luck, good sir. I really wish you luck.
Hey, we're gonna need it too, but our guys, like I said, we've been practicing some of these guys till 12 at night, so we're looking forward to it.
That, another game in the books, week 3 Overwatch. Next week, I'm still so excited. It's going to be so fun. One team is going to qualify. might be one of each. Might be our Overwatch and your Valorant.
That's another thing. You could go like you could beat our Valorant, or you could beat our Overwatch team. We could beat your Valorant team. It really is. It's just up to who's really got it in them. I'm excited. I really am. I've been telling my guys, I'm like, guys, all right, I don't care about any other weeks. Week 4 decides everything. I don't care. Week 4 decides everything.
And I'll be straight up. I want both our Valorant and Overwatch teams to make it, but if it's like our Overwatch and your Valorant, I'm still fine with that because I get to see you at Radford and we're gonna have so much fun together.
I'm looking forward to meeting y'all, you and your team at Radford. I really am. Right now, we're just trying to figure out how we're gonna get there. Like we're trying to figure out transportation.
Dude, honestly, I'll be straight up because at least y'all are closer. We're in Charleston. That's a 5-hour drive.
I know,
and let alone the hotel costs for the trip.
Exactly, and you don't want the students you don't want the students driving themselves because that's a whole bunch of issues. And so we're looking at a bus, but obviously, how do you explain to the athletics department, hey, can we get one of the buses for what? Esports?
Hey, my go-to is are you really not gonna send one of your teams to the Big South Championships?
just name drop Big South.
Yeah, that's for a lot of these heads who maybe aren't as familiar with esports. This is a whole new thing, but it's something we've grown up with.
Yeah.
Pioneered by probably the previous generation. We've all grown up with this. And think about the next generation that we're seeing. People's going in and coming into these hyper competitive landscapes where you already have designated leagues for everything. You got teams winning millions of dollars in the highest of levels. It's just esports is the future, in my opinion, and we need I think universities around the country, especially yours and mine, need to start realizing that.
Mm-hmm.
Winthrop's already realized that, and they have profited immensely from that.
Immensely.
It's accurate when they have 2 national championships that they proudly display on their website, and it's no joke, man. Especially especially their Valorant team qualifying for challengers, the tier 2 Valorant esports.
Wildest thing out of my. Are you they literally dropped the Big South tournament because there was a bigger tournament to be played in, and I'm just.
That was the most insane thing for me. Of just I explained the situation of how our teams are qualifying for stuff and how we have the chance in Overwatch and Valorant, and it's just Winthrop dropped because they are having historic success.
Yeah, I'm happy for them, but at the same time, I'm why can't that be us? I get it. They trust me. I originally came to PC because of esports. I was really excited about it, and unfortunately, because of some things, I didn't get to do it my freshman year. It didn't happen. And I had to wait. I really had to wait until, I guess, this semester of my sophomore year, this semester, to actually start competing against other colleges, right? Mm-hmm. And so while I'm happy to finally see it come into fruition, this is exactly what I came to this college for. I'm excited. At the same time, it's if only we were here a year before. If only, then we would have been able to get our guys together, get our teams together.
Dude, you're preaching to the choir right now. Because when I came to CSU, there was inklings about esports, Rocket League teams, stuff like that, stuff I love. So I'm sweet, yes, let's go. And then fall my freshman year, it was great. We had a large Smash Bros tournament. We had a 4-game competition against College of Charleston, which we won, called the Crosstown Throwdown. And then nothing. Dead silence, bro. And
really?
It's just nothing else on the esports side happened. All of my spring freshman year, fall sophomore year, and just me and a bunch of friends said, you know what, we're going to take this into our own hands. Started running Smash Bros tournaments, Mario Kart, Mario Party, just get people on board. and then last semester said, you know what, let's do this. Let's make it. Let's go full sail on this. We got we got a Smash Bros team and a Rocket League team competing in NACE, and then actually formed an esports club, and now we have 1 semester later 6 teams spanning a variety of different genres of gaming and competing in a prestigious event for us in the Big South, having teams still compete in NACE. Heck, and we even have a Splatoon team playing in the Collegiate Cephalopod Association. How about that for an organization name?
I'm gonna have to give you that one because I know it's honestly a joke with. It's like a joke with what is it? With just any Nintendo game and tournaments, and how like Nintendo shows no support for them. Like it's kind of sad. Like you have games like Melee, Brawl, like games where there's legit competitive scenes for it and fandoms, and no support is just shown to them. But these are your fan, and it's really disappointing. And I wish to see more tournaments for that stuff because there's definitely an area for it. And I just want to say, I feel like we should have a podcast, Big South Esports podcast, because we got some quality content right now.
I am so down, honestly.
Mm-hmm. We'll come up with the day. We got to come up with something.
Yeah, let's figure it out. Heck, maybe even get some of the other guys from like Radford or High Point, some of those other guys, because that'd be fun to have like most of the schools represented.
Yeah, like the end of the season conference talk.
Yeah, that could be interesting.
I think definitely getting everyone on a call and just reviewing the season, how we all felt about it. I think that would definitely be beneficial.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if we figure out one channel to stream it from, and then also have like Q&A sections throughout.
Oh, definitely.
It's gonna be fun. Everything with esports just excites me, and I'm looking forward to the future of esports at CSU. I'm looking forward to see the future of Presbyterian esports.
Definitely.
I hope I can at least grow CSU into having varsity teams, have a dedicated like esports arena with PCs and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully that'll come through. All depends on our board of trustees if they're willing to fund everything. But
yeah, there's always some higher up. You just gotta wait for. Ain't that the truth?
Oh yeah. Well, Sue, it was wonderful having you on. Hopefully we'll have fantastic matches next week. Maybe we'll have you on for another stream, maybe a Valorant or League of Legends, something like that.
There still is week 5, yeah.
Yeah. And if I know you usually do player perspectives, but if you ever get a spectator perspective and want another voice, I'm more than happy to come and be on the Blue Hose Esports Twitch channel, or however you're gonna do it. So
no, yeah, definitely, of course. Which, like I said, we still gotta figure out this week, but once we do, I'll let you know.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for having me.
Of course. All CSU family, just to recap, a 3-0 loss to Radford tonight, but it is not over yet. Stay tuned. Rivalry week starting next week. Hope to see you there.